Hey guys, today I'm showing you my thoughts on the SNODE Elliptical and everything that I like or dislike about it. I'm going to give you my complete, clear thoughts on it. And, well, now you can see what it looks like in action. There are a few different ways you can use it. One of them is doing the standard grip. There's also the top grip, which is kind of like a swimming motion. And then there's just the actual handle so you can check your blood pressure, your heart rate while you're doing it. So you have a few different ways of doing it. You can lean over on it if you want to have it like a bicycle. And it's just a few different hand motions that I did mention in the manual so that you have different options for your workout. So I just kind of want to show you that first. Okay, so my thoughts on it. I just want to show you first the different workouts you can do with it. It's an elliptical machine, and this is mostly for people who have a home gym, of course. And I would highly suggest this to a certain group of people, but I want to talk to you about a few things first. Okay, so first off, this is from a company called SNODE. You can see the logo right there. They say this supports up to 265 pounds. So the machine mechanically and structurally can handle that much weight. Now I'm right around 230 right now, and under my weight it does rock a bit, it does move around. So, but it holds together, nothing creaks, nothing snaps, nothing sounds like it's weak in any way. But it does move around a little bit, it jiggles if you really get into it if you're heavier. My wife, it works perfect for. She's like, oh, this is great. She said it's fantastic and she actually likes it a lot. It's great for her size. And something else that I thought actually was pretty cool, it has wheels in the front. So you can just kind of move it around if you need to. It's actually really lightweight. Like, it's heavy if you're trying to pick it up, but it's pretty lightweight if you're trying to just move it out of the way real quick in your home gym because it has wheels that won't scratch the floor. That's actually one of my favorite things about it. I love that. So in the box, everything came extremely well packaged. I mean, it took me a minute to get everything apart, to get all the stuff out. There's a lot of styrofoam, lots of styrofoam. I'm figuring out still how to dispose of so much styrofoam, but yeah, there was a lot of styrofoam, that's good. It was packaged well, certain things were packaged in their own boxes inside it. The packaging was very good. The quality of the materials was actually pretty good. This foam feels comfortable. It's like a high density foam. It's like a rubberized foam. It's really comfortable. So it feels good on your hands. These are just actual rubber, or like a plasticky rubber kind of on top, but it's a good size for your hand grip for doing that motion. The handles feel sturdy. You bolt them in through the back into the plastic cover. There are a lot of plastic covers, and I have one complaint on some of them. So this part right here, it's a faulty part, I gotta tell you. If the company would make one little change, just put a notch right here on the top of it, it would fit over the bolt. As it is, it does not fit over the bolt in the back. Yeah, the back one. It does not fit over it, it won't clamp down, or it might be the front one. They just have a notch on the other side, it's fine. That way there's a little room. I could not get these to close. And as a result, I just couldn't get them to close, they won't stay on. So I gave up because I tried for like half an hour. I looked at the manual, I switched around the bolts to the other side to make sure I was doing it right. Switched it back and forth, switched this thing back and forth, and they just don't stay on. So that is a manufacturing flaw, I think, but that's really not a functional part. That's just so it looks pretty. I mean, the only reason for that is just so it clamps on and looks pretty. It's for this bottom bolt. But other than that, the only other complaint I had in the entire thing was that the manual, when you're putting on this part, it just shows it backwards in the picture. I mean, it was fine because it only goes on one way, and it's easy to figure out because every other picture you see of the thing, it's all facing this direction. Not a big thing, but the manual could use a little amendment. But the device itself is fantastic. It was just the putting it together was a little bit of a hassle, but it felt like IKEA, kind of like that. But I want to show you a couple little things. Okay, so what I want to show you on here now is a little bit of the panel. And this panel, I actually kind of like it quite a lot. So the way the panel is set up, you have, of course, your readers. You have just simple mode buttons to give you a little idea of what's happening. You can set it for different settings on here. You can set the mode for what type of workout you're trying to do. And you just reset it afterwards. It always cycles through the numbers so you can kind of see what it is every couple seconds. Like how far you've gone, how fast you've gone, your calories, all those things. It's a very handy little thing, and it runs on, I think, AA batteries. So that pretty nice. There's a cable connecting from here down there. That was probably the hardest part of the setup. Just getting, not the electric cable, but the actual resistance cable just clamped on. After we figured it out, we were like, oh, that was cool. But that was a pretty easy little thing after we figured it out. After we had that connected, this hooks up because you have, that hooks up to this. This plugs into this with the little headphone cable. The resistance actually works pretty well. There are several modes of resistance, the easiest of course being 1. You just turn it, goes to the next gear, next gear, next gear. And it goes up to 8 settings. That actually I like. It actually works pretty smoothly. Everything else seems to work pretty well. It's like a magnetic style system, so it's quiet. Like I'll run it real quick so you can hear. Yeah, it's actually pretty quiet. You don't really hear anything. Or if you do, you have to be pretty quiet for it. And it's a pretty handy little thing. I like the noise level of it because that way it doesn't interfere with shows. Like a treadmill, it interferes with the shows you're watching. Because of course it's loud, you have to blast that volume. This, it's pretty quiet. You probably can use it with headphones, no problem. There's a slot for your phone. I like that. My phone's recording, so I can't use it. If I had a remote control, there, I have a remote control. It's a good spot just to keep whatever you're using for it, and it just sits right in there. It's nice. I don't know if that's what it was for, but that's what I use it for, and it actually fits perfect, so it's probably what it's actually for. Other than that, the foot size things, actually, they fit pretty much all size feet. They're pretty heavy duty, they're wide. Everything on here actually felt really good. And that's something I like. It's not super heavy duty. Like, you don't want to be throwing it around. And of course, if you're actually getting above like 250 in weight, then this might not be the best thing for you because it will shift around a little bit. Like an intense workout, I've gotten it to tip a little bit, and I'm not trying to. But if someone's like my wife's size and is like under 120, then you're gonna be great because it doesn't shift or anything. It works perfect. So if you're a woman and you have like a home gym setup, this is ideal. It works great. It's easy to move around, especially because the wheels are so good. Like, this is just one of my favorite things ever. I love to be able to move it around. I do this all the time. Because when I'm working out, I like to have a big open area. I'll do my cardio. And I just shift it out of the way and I'm good. So that's kind of a big step. That was a big thing for me. Because most heavier ones, you're not going to be able to push them out of the way that easily. It's going to be a little bit of a process. You're going to be trying to put something underneath them to try to keep them from scratching your floor. And we got like a kind of, well, it's not real wood, but it's like a fake wood floor in here, and you don't want to scratch it. Anyways, that's really all my thoughts on it. Who would I suggest this for? I would suggest it, but who would I suggest it for? Mostly people that have a home gym and that want to be able to move it around back and forth. Like, if you have a home gym where you want to be able to pull out your cardio equipment and then do your cardio in front of your TV or whatever, I have a TV right here, it's good to be able to do that. Then you want to push it out of the way easy without too much hassle. This is the perfect thing. If you have arthritis, an elliptical is ideal, what you need. I do have arthritis, I have to wear knee braces and stuff like that, it hurts. This is great, it's no impact. That's the good thing about ellipticals, why I would also suggest that to people with arthritis. Because, well, knee braces, and if you have arthritis, you can't do things that are really high impact, like jumping or jogging or running like that, you know? So this, it's no impact, it's just easier on your joints so you're not as sore. It's been good for my ankles, it's been good for my knees, and I haven't been feeling that much pain recently. Thank you for that. Who would I not suggest it for? Powerlifters and hardcore bodybuilders that are really into slamming around things because they're just not going to get as much use out of it. That's basically who I would not suggest it for. People that want like a big hardcore piece of machinery that sits in one spot forever. It's not for them. But people who have a home gym, this is great because it's small, it's lightweight, and it moves out of the way easy. Anyways, that's my thoughts. I just want to kind of give you my opinion on some things. And now you know all about it. So, thanks for watching.